Look at this piece of artwork. It's produced using everything was abandoned garbage. Nobody wanted to give a second look. And when I first look at this piece of art on her wall, I was just stunned. I just look at it. I don't know how to think about it. And then, of course, I look at it for 2 weeks. And then I produce a poem for all of you to share my interpretation and my response to our reality, our lives. Butterflies looking for flowers. In downtown Toronto, arose many new condo towers, vertically high, pointing to the sky. Steel, bricks, cement, large glass panels. Inside the tall cement cages, living thousands of lives, men, women, and their pets. They ride the elevator up and down to conquer numerous stairs, their fear of heights. Condo tower form cement jungles, blocking sunshine, casting long shadows, increasing greenhouse gas emission. With overconsumption, population, deforestation. Along their migration route, butterflies no longer find flowers to rest their wings. At night, small birds dash onto brightly lit glass windows. Their tiny corpses were ignored in the morning. Butterflies find no flowers in urban cement jungles. 蝴蝶在都市水泥丛林里找不到花朵。2021. Multimedia found materials on reclaimed wood. 多种废料，多种材质，废旧木板。
蝴蝶在找尋花朵。多倫多市中心矗立起眾多的公寓塔樓，垂直高聳，指向天空。鋼筋、水泥、磚石、大玻璃，高大的水泥籠子裏居住着成千上萬的生命，男人、女人和他們的寵物。坐電梯上落，克服對樓梯的恐懼。公寓樓形成都市的水泥叢林，遮擋陽光，投下長長陰影。過度消費、污染、濫伐樹木，增加溫室氣體的排放量。從此，萬里遷徙途中的蝴蝶，再也找不到棲息翅膀的花朵。夜裏，小鳥們撞死在明亮的玻璃窗上，它們瘦小的屍骨，清晨的人們熟視無睹。
蝴蝶在尋找花朵。多倫多市中心矗立起眾多的公寓塔樓，垂直高聳，指向天空。鋼筋、水泥、磚石、大玻璃，高大的水泥籠子里居住着成千上萬的生命，男人、女人和他們的寵物，坐電梯上下，克服對樓梯的恐懼。公寓樓形成都市的水泥叢林，遮擋陽光， 投下长长的阴影。过度消费、污染、滥伐树木，增加温室气体的排放量。从此，万里迁徙途中的蝴蝶再也找不到栖息翅膀的花朵。夜里，小鸟们撞死在明亮的玻璃窗上，它们瘦小的尸骨，人们熟视无睹。
So, when nothing goes right, we can go left. 向右不通，向左。They are on the recycled wood, paper and miscellaneous plastic pieces mounted on paper and acrylic on wood. 回收嘅木材、紙張、多種雜亂嘅塑料，丙烯色彩裝置在木畫框裏。
Good luck, Maxi. 祝福感恩 2021. Now we'll enter another short chapter. The recycled material, the unwanted, abandoned most of the time, are those loose buttons and an old Chinese calendar cover, and also commercial wrapping, like Maxi, it's a chocolate box. So 零星纽扣、旧中国日历封面、商品包装纸，装置在木镜框里。
IH, in my pursuit of art, the beginning of my life, a single versatile stem cell, a prepotent seed of life, a fertilized egg. The dream of my life, discovered first by myself, to create and to decorate shapes and color of life. The meaning of my life exists in sharing my art. Your discovery renews my passionate pursuit. 在我的藝術追求中，生命嘅起源，一個萬能嘅幹細胞，充滿活力嘅種子，一個受精卵。人生嘅夢想由我自己先發現，去記錄和創造生命嘅形態同埋色彩。我生命嘅意義在於分享我嘅藝術，我嘅感受同埋發現，推動你們嘅感受和發現，推動我激情嘅追求。
在我的艺术追求中，生命的起源，一个万能的干细胞，充满了活力的种子，一个受精卵。人生的梦想，由我自己先发现，去记录和创作生命的形态和色彩。我生命的意义在于分享我的艺术，你们的感受和发现，推动我激情的追求。
Hi, Leanne. You know, after all, so many pieces of work. So can you tell me how you can reach my mind?
That's a good question. Very interesting, Irene. You and I work in totally different media. You work with color and shapes and installation and painting and all that. I work with words. How did I reach your mind? It's a really good question. I want to say I'm very lucky that I have the opportunity to observe you. And also I'm in your studio a lot. So when I'm in your studio, I have the opportunity to appreciate your work. And Irene is the kind of artist who doesn't repeat. So every time I have a new discovery after a couple months, she doesn't repeat herself, not like many, brush painting artists, they repeat, right? But I think Irene, she finds new material, she finds new inspiration, and she produces new work. And lots of time, I'm lucky because she asked me, she showed it to me, besides those all hanging on the wall. So it gives me the opportunity really to follow and observe her art. And I do, after a while, I get inspired. You cannot run away as an artist, right? So her influenced me and have an impact on my imagination. And I think about things. She think about color and shape. I do visualize those, but then in my mind, words popping up, right? So I kind of really just write them down, right? Just write them down. And we don't talk about like this project. It's like I look at her painting, I ponder over the color, the shape, the material, and thinking, visualization, and also imagining what's going behind the painting. And then poetry come out of me, just like that. So I think in the creativity, in the creative level, we reach each other that way. And that's how it is.
So if you're talking about the seed of life, so am I the chicken or the egg, or you are the egg or the chicken? Tell me.
Yes, yeah. This goes back to our initial inspiration for this project, because I want to do a project with Irene for a while, but I didn't know how to group all her different materials, everything together into one project until this year, 2022. And we were meeting in her room in her studio for the teaching, I think, spring teaching. And I look at that piece of, the eggshells on the egg boxes mounted on the board, right? That hit me like lightning. That immediately, just that moment, I know what is our project. What will group all this work together is the seed of life. We have to have the desire. We have to want to create, right? And the seed of life is the starting point. So that's why I'm almost screaming at them, telling them, we got the project. This is the first piece. And I took pictures of it. And they were even, so this is just some old idea. That's the seed of life starting from there. So you see how it is. We've been thinking for quite some time what to do. We want to do a project for this year's Asian Heritage Month, but how to group it together. And then we finally, Irene and Peter, actually, they handed over, they made that statement so clearly. It is the beginning, it's the creative seed of life, which is the seed of life is the creativity, everything in this world, right? So That's how I think at that level, we really, we have the project right away. We know right away, we're gonna do this for Asian Heritage Month audience. So That's how we reach each other, yes.
Really wonderful, really.
It is, yeah. Okay, chicken or eggs, which exists first? I think in this case, you guys are the chicken. You guys are the chickens first. You lay eggs, right? You have the eggs all on the wall and everywhere, your artwork. And that's your eggs. So I kind of look at it and I maybe hatch your eggs. So I'm on a different level of second stage of creation. I hatch your eggs and they become little chicken and myself involved. I'm the little chicken helping them coming out. And then together, I produce poetry. So I made some eggs, I laid some eggs. So in a sense, step back, I think chicken or egg, which one exists first? I turn to think it's a continuing process. We kind of inspire each other. It's an ongoing process.